Hello, world. Welcome, 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 or welcome back. It is God is Dawn, and it's Saturday, August 29th, 2020. And I'm live. It's Saturday night. But before I get started, I want to make sure you can hear me because I did have my mute on when I did my countdown. I see Priscilla in the building. Let me know if you can hear me, sis. All right. So if you're in the replay again, thank you for your patience. And like I said, I'm here talking about 2020 being a tower moment for America, for the world, really. And I'm going to talk about what a tower moment is. Some of you know that I'm in the tarot world. I do read tarot cards. And there's a card called the Tower card. My intuitives and my tarot readers understand. But let's talk about the Tower. It's a tarot card that represents destruction, upheaval, and just plain disaster. It's a card that you don't want to, you don't want that card to show up in your reading. You don't. When you see it show up, though, you have to brace yourself because you can't run from what's coming. It also creates lots of change because of the breakdown that it causes. The Tower, that could be your life. We could be talking about an individual life crashing. People hit rock bottom all the time and rebuild themselves. But tonight I want to talk about America's tower moment. And it's been a hell of a year, especially now with the recent passing of the great Chadwick Boseman. I was very saddened to hear the news. Very, very sad. And, most of us know him as T'Challa of Wakanda in the Black Panther. I know you've heard of it if you haven't seen it, but it's a classic film and it debuted in 2018. He also led other classics such as 42, which was about Jackie Robinson. And coincidentally, he passed on Jackie Robinson Day, which that to me is really weird. Yeah, that's right, Priscilla. It's Destruction 2020. I wanted to talk about it because I was on Twitter and all I kept seeing, especially following Chadwick's passing, is that 2020 is a throwaway year. Like, can we just throw 2020 away? And every time I see that, I cringe and I'm like, no, we don't need to throw it away. It needs to happen. You know what I mean? And when I say it needs to happen, what I'm saying is a lot of times you want to prevent the inevitable. You want to prevent you see the train coming, the two trains about to collide. By the time you see it, though, it's too late. So it has to happen. But what this makes me think about is I'm going to bring up, so the other night, and it was you, Priscilla, who sent me that link, right, to the YouTube video where some audio was being leaked. You remember that? Are you there? Are you with me? So the audio was being linked on YouTube. Let me turn this music down. I hope it wasn't loud this whole time. Ooh, I hate that. But yeah. Oh, you know what? Let me shout out somebody. I want to shout out Hot Rod. He's a YouTuber, and the reason I thought of him is because he was making fun of my laugh. So now, I'm going to try not to be self-conscious about it, but I'm going to shout him out. Go ahead and subscribe to Hot Rod. He's trying to build his channel. He's, a non-supporter of R. Kelly, and he, I guess he may be a part of Team Truth. I don't know. Heavy hitter. Oh, am I bringing some of y'all out the bushes? But I'm kidding. Welcome back. Yeah, so talking about that leaked audio, there were several people who were implicated and named in the audio, and we heard the audio, some of it, and over the commotion that was being had in the actual, I guess you could call it a studio. Oh yeah, these streets is messy, Priscilla. But I bring up that leaked audio because 2020 has been already proven to be a year of exposing or being exposed. And oh, you on your break? Okay, well, I appreciate you spending it with me. I want to make sure I get this thing out here. Hey, Miss Kim, welcome back. So yeah, talking about 2020 and how it's a tower year, talking about what actual tower year means. The tower card in the tarot deck represents destruction and chaos and upheaval and change because of the breakdown. But before we get to the change, I want to talk about the breakdown. I want to talk about the exposing and all the stuff. And I'm relating that to YouTube because that's where we're at, right? That's how we know each other. This whole thing we are dealing with and talking about surrounds R. Kelly, who he's having his own tower moment personally. I don't know about a rebuild for him. The rebuild for him, though, would be behind bars, a whole new identity, a whole new life for him. But back to the tower moment, the tower card, and the exposing and the YouTube leaked audio that most of us, many of us heard wee hours in the morning, the other morning. I don't even remember what it was, but I got a link. I checked it out, and I was like, my jaw was dropping. But the interesting thing for me were the people who were involved, maybe on the side, who kept trying to shut it down and distract and deter and divert because they didn't want the truth to come out. They didn't want, those that audio to be heard by the masses. And I peeped that. I know I wasn't the only one. And my thing is, you can't stop the train. The train crash is happening. It's happening. The two trains, you know, they're colliding, and you can't stop it. So I'm gonna put out there that I'm interested in getting some of that audio. They did put it out there that the YouTubers are welcome to it. I doubt that that's probably still the case, and I doubt that they would give it to me. But I did want to put that out there. If anybody wants to send me that, let me put my email address up here. Yes, send me that audio because I had some stuff. I'm waiting for the audio where the stuff that went on with me was discussed because I know that it was talked about. I kept hearing something today from another YouTuber. This YouTuber kept saying, bridging the gap, bridging the gap, bridging the gap. And it's funny because when the stuff was going on with me and the other YouTubers, that was a term that was thrown my way. And I was like, I ain't bridging no gaps. Because I put somebody out there on Twitter, they wanted to bridge a gap. I'm not interested in bridging gaps. I'm not interested in any behind the scenes with, people who support R. Kelly. I'm not interested in conversations. I'm not. Why? What's the purpose? What is the purpose? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Honestly, I'm not being, petty or shady. I'm just really curious. Email me that audio, somebody. So yeah, we're talking about 2020, the tower moment that it is, the whole year so far. I wanted to talk about the timeline of 2020 and, just it started off kind of crazy. And let me just check my notes real quick. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. But we were talking about Chadwick Boseman's passing. And how he had a great body of work. Like I said, he played Jackie Robinson in the movie 42. He played James Brown in his biopic. That was an amazing movie also. He did a great job. So great that I didn't even remember he was the lead actor in those roles. So, and coincidentally, he passed on Jackie Robinson Day. It wasn't the official day. They had moved it, I think, because of COVID, but he actually passed on the day that it was moved to. I don't know if that's a coincidence. I don't know what that is, but that's crazy. So I don't know if I want to read. I was gonna put on the screen, the whole his whole stuff, but I think what I was more so interested in was his legacy that they listed. I think it was on Wikipedia. I'm gonna pull that up real quick. Hold the phone. How's everybody doing this late Saturday night? It's 10 o'clock here, a little after 10. So for you on the west or mid coast or mid coast, the mid in the Midwest or the East Coast, or it's the morning, right? Sunday morning. Happy Sunday to you. Okay, so Chadwick Boseman, man, I have a really good friend, one of my nearest and dearest, actually. She and her husband are in the industry. Her husband is actually a wardrobe stylist, and he styled Chadwick Boseman. So I texted her just to, send my condolences. Um, but it's just funny how you just don't realize how much of an impact somebody has made until, they're gone. And that's really sad. And that's why they say, give people their flowers while they're here. You know what I mean? So make sure you're doing that with your loved ones. I think the old man told us that some months ago when I had him on here. I need to reach back out to him. Old man, if you're listening, don't take it personal. I know, I know. I'm a Cancer. We are a crab with a hard shell and a soft inner. And a lot of times I'm just in my shell. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, give people their flowers while they're here. Okay, I've been messing around. Let me pull this up. So yeah, I wanted to read what they have listed as his legacy. It says, according to film critic Owen Gleiberman in Variety, Boseman was a virtuoso actor who had the rare ability to create a character from the outside in and the inside out. And he knew how to fuse with a role, etching it in 3 dimensions. That's what made him an artist and a movie star, too. Yet in Black Panther, he also became that rare thing, a culture hero. The Guardian critic Peter Bradshaw wrote that of the actor's beauty, his grace, his style, his presence, these made up Chadwick Boseman's persona, and he became the lost prince of American cinema. Glorious and inspirational. I don't know about calling him lost, but he definitely, I call him a king. He definitely did his thing while he was here. He impacted a lot of people, especially the youth. I noticed there were a lot of young people who expressed how impactful Black Panther and his presence in it was for them in their lives personally, and how it just gave them the fuel that they needed maybe to stretch a little further with their dreams and reach a little further to make those things happen. On my Instagram, I posted a picture of Jeanette Epps. Excuse me, Jeanette Epps. She's an astronaut. She's a Black woman, and there's a first happening with regard to international air and space. She's going to be going on a trip, a 6 month, I think it's 6 months in duration, to the International Space Station. But yeah, she's doing big things. I wanted to shout her out. So if you're following me on social media, go ahead and please follow her too. Give her some love and show her some support. It's really important that we highlight people such as this in our culture. No, I did not have her picture available to put up here, but her name again is Jeanette Epps. And I'm going to put my, I guess I'll put my Instagram up because I posted her today. Welcome to anybody who has joined. I see I have a couple more people in the bushes. Don't be shy. Come in and say hello. My IG is on the screen. So yeah, we're talking about Chadwick Boseman, as well as the fact that 2020 is a tower year. We were also talking about that leaked audio in this R. Kelly sector on YouTube. Some audio was leaked. Sounded to me like, of course, um, who am I talking about here? I was going to name somebody, but then you know what? I probably shouldn't, because I have made a distinct effort to stay very clear of the bullshit. But I'm gonna say this: as far as the tower year goes, I know that coming into 2020, me personally, and especially with regard to YouTube, I made it a purpose to purge all the crap that had happened, because crap did happen, and a lot of that crap, just to be very honest, was because of just hate and jealousy and people who want to, when it's really not a competition. I think everyone who has their own channel and is a creator is really just being them. They should be just being them. And there's no competition. In my book, I feel like I'm my own competition. Everybody has their own thing and their own, lane, and I don't see the purpose. I was already here. If you go back into my archives, when the R. Kelly docuseries, the first one, first came out, a lot of people were curious. I have views, in the double digits for the most part, 10K, 30K, and up. So I wasn't new here. You know what I mean? When certain people came around, and I'm a very welcoming person. As a matter of fact, while my mind is there, again, shout out to Hot Rod. Follow him. Shout out to The Truth on YouTube. Follow her. Subscribe to her. She's amazing and dope. Also, Team Libra. Shout out to Team Libra. I really enjoy her commentary. I'm actually trying to put some people together for something I want to do. So if you hear from me, please email me, and we'll talk further. But anybody want to call in, or I think the two of you who are in my chat have my actual number. If you want to call, contribute anything regarding Chadwick Boseman or this tower year of 2020. Thank you, Kim, for retweeting the tweet. You're always good with that. I appreciate you. So while I wait on that or not, back to the tower. So I'm just going to read the straight up meaning, what the tower actually means. It's chaos, destruction, sudden upheaval, trauma, unexpected change, disaster, loss, tragedy, revelations, confusion, pain, divorce, abuse, violence, bankruptcy, and natural disasters. And speaking of which, Hurricane Laura swept through. I don't really know what the update is on that, but I do want to say, my sympathy goes out to anyone who has lost anything, or anyone, especially anyone during that event. You can call whenever. You can call whenever, sis, whenever you're ready. I'll just, pause the commentary. I'm not in a hurry. Yes, I thank you for shouting me out with my over 1 million views. Legit views, yeah. I'll put that up there. I earned that. But yeah, so with all that said, I think we can all agree that 2020 has been, a bit of a like wow year. A lot of things happening. The coronavirus, I think, has taken the top of the news, but we had a lot of things going on even, before that. The main thing for me for the top of the year that stands out is Kobe's passing. I'm still affected by that. I just can't even still wrap my mind around he and his daughter losing their lives in that way, and with the frequency that he rode helicopters even throughout his career as a Laker, for this to happen, and with his daughter and their teammates and their families, yes, bells for them, guardian angels. Miss Kim, thank you. I'm gonna put that up. I'm not gonna read that, but I'll put that up. No, I'll read it. I'll read it. Goddess Dawn is the truth and the most sweetest, amazing woman ever. But don't send for her because we don't play games. That's right, we don't. But you know what? I feel anointed, honestly. I do. And I'm not saying I am exempt from, things happening to me or whatever, but I think it's just the way you react to things and the way you handle things. You don't always, everything is not worthy of an answer or reaction, or everyone is not worthy, I will say. Because I could have easily made my little YouTube situation into a whole big deal, probably gained a whole bunch more views and subscribers because of the drama. But at the end of the day, where does that leave me? And, I'm not trying to really put my stuff out there like that. I have a call coming in. Good evening.
Hello.
Well,
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. I tried are we online?
Yes. This is Priscilla.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, Goddess.
You didn't want to be on? Hi.
No, of course.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't know we were live yet.
Yes.
Hi,
yes,
Kim. Yes. Hello, everyone. Chat, those in the bushes. This is Priscilla.
Let me ring the bell. She gave me a pause, so I'm gonna give her a bell. So what's up? What's up, sis?
I wanted to just call in, and it's just when you talked about the year 2020, and I didn't exactly know what tower meant, but as you described the destruction and all that, I am an eternal optimist, right? Like to, as Beyonce say, make lemonade out of lemons,
Mm-hmm.
And so I always try to find the good, even in the bad. But this year it's moving fast, right? Like if it was water rolling down a waterfall or something, it seems to me, in my opinion, it's moving fast. And all of the elements, whether they're natural, I was praying for the people down in the lower part of Louisiana and Texas that got hit by a hurricane. So prayers up for them.
Yes.
Our king, our forever Black superhero, that everybody's going to miss, that soul, that beautiful soul, Chadwick. So rest in peace, Chadwick. Thank the Creator for allowing us to experience the gifts that He shared with us while He was here. And I know He has more work to do.
Oh yeah, that's why I say rest in power, because I feel like you're still in the fight. You're still, in a sense, alive. So I don't know if there's necessarily peace after, I don't know, but I think power, you can still have peace and power exist together simultaneously.
Right. And, Kobe, and it's just been the pandemic, the election. I've had death in my family. I lost my father. It's been 6 weeks now.
Oh, my condolences again. Yes. Sorry to hear about that.
Thank you. It's just, it's been a lot. And that's just what we experience, all that as being humans and connected, and those that are, part of the culture, things that are even more strong, like Chadwick and Kobe, that represent the culture in such a real, authentic, way that's just, we just need more kings and queens like you, Goddess, and people to stand up. We look to you for for that authenticity that you give us, that truth, you know, you put your work in, and that's what it takes right now, because there's just a lot of destruction, as you said, going on.
Yeah, there is. But the purpose, I'm here because, like I said, I saw on Twitter, everybody's like, oh, throw 2020 away. That's like all I'm seeing. And I'm just like, no, because you have to break things down, burn things down, or whatever, however you want to get it down, crash it, to rebuild, restructure things that are built on faulty foundations, false, you know, intentions, things built on, just fakeness, or, lies, or, things that are just really built on top of some nastiness. That stuff has to come down, be exposed, so that we can heal and renew and rebuild. So just like in the case of R. Kelly, all his stuff coming out in the open, even more so, but in like a serious way, meaning the feds, and it all coming out even more so, all the 100+ devices and all that, is because enough is enough. And 2020 ain't having it. He was so bad that even leading up to 2020, his stuff started breaking down. Like, it didn't even have to wait until the actual tower year before his stuff started breaking down. But this is just speaks to that, all that pedophilia and all that stuff that's going on in the industries, and all that is coming to the forefront and being exposed.
It's being revealed.
Revelations is being, everything is coming out, so that we can root this stuff out and rebuild and and reconnect also. America as a whole.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Go ahead.
You know what makes you think of me? And you were talking about the fire, right? Like when they make gold and stuff, how you go through the fire. And, to me, it can, like you said, we can't just throw, like, your response. You can't throw 2020 away. So you go through that fire. And that fire, even though people think of it as destruction, it also, from the fire, comes renewal and restoration. Like, in a forest, when they have a real controlled burn, to burn out the weeds and the bad vegetation, so the new growth can emerge. And even with people gold, that burnish gold. And I know I've been going through the fire, and me and you were talking about this, and the fire also can restore and rebirth and bring to the forefront, right?
Yes. We need it. We have to have it. It has to happen. I mean, it just so happens that we are here during this time. But, those of us who are surviving this, we are meant to be here. We're meant to go through this. And this could be also pertaining to your personal life. But what I'm talking about now is America, like really America, but it's the world as a whole. And the fact that this year has really shown us what 2020 is about. And it's exposing, it's tearing down the structures for restructure, exposing all the bad. So
exactly, guys. But you know what? Just like you said, it is the world, it is America, and I say, and I agree, it's down to individuals. The same thing. It is not. It is the atmosphere, the ancestors, whatever you want to call it, spirits. It is about exposing, is about revealing, going through the fire of destruction to cleanse up. And, it is in the Bible. And I want to say that, I'll have to tell you about next time, but, the saying of the adage or the ODE is what's done in the dark will come to the light.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and that's where we're at.
That light, that's where that fire, that rebirth and stuff. So I agree. It's not just the world, it's not just America, but it's down to people too.
Absolutely. Right. And I agree and that's where we're at, is in the light. This is like, the powers that be behind, and this, I always talk about the spiritual realm being being the precedence for what we see in this actual reality here that we're living in. Now, this stuff is already happening, and the energies that are, I would say, light made, God, angels, on the good side, winning right now. Okay. That's why all this stuff is coming out. It might seem bad to us because we're experiencing the floodgates opening of this. We are seeing all this stuff and like our jaws are dropping. People, we're like in disbelief. We're experiencing things.
So fast, everything, right?
It seems to be happening fast. Time is, time doesn't really exist. It does seem to be happening fast. But with that said, it just has to happen.
Let me go and Cam, can you, sweetheart, Sister Warrior Cam, can you have trash bag fashion? That's just a really unique tag. Can we say hello and goodbye to them, please? I'm sorry, guys.
I need you in the chat. I'm gonna go through this timeline. And if you want to call me back, okay. Thank you, love. All right, Priscilla. Bye. So I'm gonna talk about this timeline for 2020 with y'all, so we can kind of see what we were looking at the top of the year. Now I'm on the Daily News because they had a timeline that I could actually work with. They start off even on the 1st of January talking about how U.S. troops fired tear gas and rubber bullets at protesters, supporters of the Iranian-backed militia at the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad, Iraq. So this stuff is happening. I don't know if I was aware of this. I think I did read some things about, there's bombs being dropped and all kinds of stuff in the Midwest all the time. So the fact that on the 1st of January of 2020, U.S. troops are the ones firing tear gas and rubber bullets at the protesters, like they do here. So January was kind of full of, it started off with Middle Eastern U.S. tensions and stuff. And then from there, not much, a lot of back and forth with that stuff. It's interesting to me that on January 8th of 2020, that Prince Harry and wife Meghan Markle, they plan to step back from the British royal family. So they basically quit the monarchy January 8th. They're like, nah, we don't really want to do this. I mean, she's American. So, obviously, Meghan got that WAP, okay? Because Harry is with whatever she wants to do, apparently. So what is going on in my chat? Okay, we're not going to get off track, right? That's right, Priscilla. Okay. So again, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle quitting the monarchy, and this is at the top of the year. So 2020 started off with, honestly, the royal family breaking off. There is a tower moment. That's a tower moment. That's considered a tower moment. I appreciate you, sis. Thank you. Both of you guys. So it's noted that January 20th, the case of the coronavirus, a 35-year-old Washington man who returned from China days earlier, is reported in the U.S. So the first case was reported January 20th. Did we forget about Trump's impeachment trial? The opening arguments of that trial was on January 22nd. This is all the tower moments. Impeachment, the attempt of impeachment, that's tower. And the opening arguments were in January. So this year definitely started off real thick. They even noted that on January 24th, President Trump writes his first tweet about the pandemic here. His tweet said, China has been working very hard to contain the coronavirus. The United States greatly appreciates their efforts and transparency. It will work out well. In particular, on behalf of the American people, I want to thank, and then he thanks the Chinese president. I can't pronounce it. So president, and then it's Xi, Z. And then sadly, on January 26th, Kobe Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter Gianna, and 7 others die in a helicopter crash in California. And that was definitely a tower moment for us. Really, really sad. And, that still just really hits hard. It really does. Very young, so much more to offer. But again, just like Chadwick, a very big impact. These people made a really big impact, which is why we're still talking about them. Let's see. January 30th, it says the World Health Organization declares the coronavirus outbreak a public health emergency of international concern. So on January 30th, it was declared by the World Health Organization that coronavirus is a thing, it's a problem internationally and officially. And then the next day, January 31st, Trump banned travel from China with some exceptions, it says, but the travel industry was starting to be affected already. Let's see, I'm going through, I'm not going to read a lot of the little stuff that happened, like the sports wins. I'm not into sports that much. Let's see, what else? 2020, I mean, we have a note that is a good thing. February 6th, NASA astronaut Christina Koch returns to Earth after 328 days in space, a record for a woman. So she broke a record. So for some people, 2020, 2020 is not necessarily just a bad year just for independently for people. I know for me, it's actually been a pretty good year. And, I think it just depends on what seeds you planted and, what type of energy you're sitting in, honestly, and who you're around. A lot of things come into play. That's why you have to protect your energy. You have to protect your peace. And women, please protect your WAP. I'm telling you. So what else happened? We are in February. So all the election stuff is starting to go on with Bernie Sanders. He's winning primaries and things like that. But we all know at this point, he didn't make the long run. February 23rd, it says Ahmaud Arbery was shot and killed while jogging in Georgia. That was definitely a heartbreaking moment, tower moment for America. This man is out jogging, and these 3 racist white men decide to hunt him down like a dog, start an argument, and then shoot and kill him while he was just doing nothing but minding his own business. And this is someone's son. He had family, friends, and a whole life ahead of him. So this starts off, here we go, starting off, Black Lives Matter. Let's see, what else happened? Let me turn my music back on. I need my music, y'all. So it looks like March 3rd, it says Biden shocks his presidential primary rivals with stunning victories in 10 states on Super Tuesday, putting him in the driver's seat for Democratic presidential nomination. So right there, he's already establishing himself as our presidential nominee on the Democratic side. On another note, at least 25 people were killed after 13 tornadoes struck Nashville. So again, tower moments have to do with natural disasters. People are, dying in these events. Michael Bloomberg on March 4th dropped out of the presidential race, and I think that was a good thing. After that, he endorsed Biden. Elizabeth Warren dropped out after that. I was actually interested in her. Donna, hey, Donna Hill. I don't know if I said hello to you. Yeah. So on March 11th, the World Health Organization, they declared coronavirus an outbreak. The outbreak, they declared it a pandemic. They declared it a pandemic on March 11th. So here we are, top of the year, 2020. We got a whole pandemic happening, something we've never experienced in this lifetime. As far as I know, if there's someone old enough who has experienced a previous pandemic such as this, and you're listening, my apologies. But yeah, so it also says the NBA on this day, March 11th, suspended its season after Utah Jazz center Rudy Gobert tested positive for coronavirus. So the players started to be tested for the virus, and that's when the NBA was like, yeah, we're going to have to suspend the season. This affected somebody that I know well, and where they work for the stadium, and was furloughed once this happened. So definitely people losing jobs, being laid off. I think that was about the time I was furloughed also. Let's see what else happened here. The Dow was losing points. March 13th, it says Trump declared coronavirus a national emergency. After 2 months of having first case noted, he's finally declaring it a national emergency. March 13th also notes Breonna Taylor is shot and killed by police in Louisville, Mount Everest. And so let me just stop there because we are still waiting for Breonna Taylor's killers to be arrested, tried, and convicted. We are still waiting. And she died on March 13th. They came into her home while she was asleep and just shot her dead. It's really sad. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of things in sports were just ending. The Summer Olympics, 2020 Summer Olympics in Tokyo were suspended till next year. The relief bills for the House and the Senate passed the coronavirus relief and stimulus bill on the 27th of March. So all this stuff did happen pretty fast. Like Priscilla said, things just happen fast because I'm in the timeline in April now. It says number of coronaviruses worldwide passed 1 million cases. 6.6 million workers file for unemployment. And that is just unheard of. And out here, we've just not experienced anything like this. I know that here in California, starting Monday, technically tomorrow, well, for a lot of you, it's already Sunday, that they're opening the state back up. I think there's some restrictions, but this has been, I think, the first time they're going to truly open. So, yeah. And it's August, it's almost September. Let's see, what else happened big? I'm just looking at the numbers, April 27th, US passes 1 million total coronavirus cases. Worldwide passes 3 million. So, I mentioned that Ahmaud Arbery was killed in March, and says May 5th, the video showing the killing was leaked. And that's when we, the public, actually were made aware of Ahmaud's killing. The picture that I'm looking at is horrifying. Him just almost falling. They have him in mid fall. From what I understand, the perpetrators, the killers, have been charged, and they are still, I think, are waiting. I think they're going to be going to trial, and I think it was okay to by the judge to go to trial, and they are still incarcerated where they should be. Let me see. So then, here we go. May 25th, George Floyd is killed by police officers in Minneapolis, sparking protests against police brutality and racial injustice. Protests, rioting, and looting follow. And that goes to, again, the Tower year. That's a part of a Tower moment. And when I say moment, I don't mean a literal moment, obviously. I'm talking a time in history, a moment in time. So these Tower moments can be like 2020, a whole year. It can be a day. It can be, a lot of times it does represent breakups also in relationships. You say a tower moment is coming in your relationship, you know you're going to have a breakup. Um, but the looting and all that, and then the Black Lives Matter movement comes to the forefront. As of today, there are a lot of detractors when it comes to the movement. People who state that the movement is not Black run or owned, that it's have been taken over by the other. I don't, as far as I'm concerned, Black lives do matter. And so I will chant that until the day I die. So whether or not the organization is legit or not, I think the word and the message itself is worthy of continuing the hashtag and continuing to spread that message. As we know, these killings are continuing. So there's no reason to put down our to put our demands in a way. I mean, it's time to be noticed as human beings and recognized and being treated equally. Is that really a lot to ask, honestly? I mean, what are they afraid of? So, yeah, demonstrators start protesting throughout June and pulling down statues all over the nation of like people, Christopher Columbus and anybody who had to do with, slavery, trying to keep the slavery intact. Christopher Columbus, who, claims to have founded a place that was already inhabited by natives. This is some bullshit. So let's see, I'm in June scrolling, just trying to get to where we are today and just making a point to say that this year has had a lot of tower moments within it. So I am dubbing it the Tower Year, a year we've never seen before. Yeah, they're talking about, I don't see that Weinstein and Epstein, I think that was last year, right? But it says July 2nd, Ghislaine Maxwell, the British socialite accused of plying Jeffrey Epstein with underage sex trafficking victims, is arrested in New Hampshire. So she was arrested back in July. And as we know, some people are saying she was even worse than Epstein. I don't know if that's even possible, but I understand she was also involved in a lot of the things that he, did to these girls. Not only just, I think she introduced them to him and made sure that there was a whole network of young girls doing the same on her behalf. So this timeline actually ends on July 4th. But as we know, we just lost Chadwick Boseman. And that was just, I didn't see that one coming at all. I haven't been, I'm not tapped in where I'm like trying to see who's about to pass away and all that. Those are the type of things I try to stay away from. I don't really want to know about that. Donna said a lot of trials and tribulations. Yeah. But like I said, it's all about how you respond and react to these things. Just looking at my notes. Yeah. So this is the year for karmic debts to be paid. All the karmic debts have to be paid before you can start fresh. So by karmic debts, that's like I said, people being exposed, going back to the whole YouTube thing. We were talking about that audio leak that happened on that one person's channel. It was a whole panel of people. They were leaking audio of another YouTuber and some other YouTubers and things like that. And it was made public that 3 YouTubers in particular have been in cahoots, or maybe more, honestly, have been in cahoots this whole time. They're not all on the same side. So that's what's confusing to me. Like, I don't understand if you don't think he's guilty, would you be in cahoots and hanging with someone who does think he's guilty really strongly? Like, doesn't add up at all to me. Someone else said that it was all because of money, that these people are just, out to conspire to get money. I don't know if that's the case. It could probably be the case because money is always at the root of evil. Usually when there's some evil going on, some conspiracies happening, people conspiring with each other against other people, it has to do with money. Look at Tim Norman, his dirty ass, and what he did to his nephew and what he was planning on doing to his mother, Miss Robbie. It turns out that he had a policy out on her too. I think that is just, I can't even believe that. And I'm so happy that she was spared and she's safe. I think she's still probably confused and probably, I don't know, devastated by the fact that her son is in jail for conspiring to kill and having killed someone, actually killed her grandson. And the thing is that this grandson was the son of her oldest, now deceased son. And that, it's just all just so sad. Oh, Miss Kim, that audio was deleted. That video, it was I think it was like a 4 hour long live. I don't know if anybody has it screen recorded, but yeah, it was a messy, messy thing. That live was messy. Other YouTubers made videos after the fact to clear their names or not, or to defend themselves, I guess you could say. One of them I actually got a real kick out of. Um, I'll tell you that one, and it may tell you some stuff. So, Miss Kim, and I'll put the lady out there. I don't follow her, but if you go to Toxic Diamond, she's going off after that live because she was. They talked about her in the chat and stuff, and I guess she wanted to defend herself, but she puts a lot of stuff out there because of that happening. So you want to check her out to see that. It was actually pretty funny. Yeah, that audio, I'll tell you about talk on the phone. That's how we do. But yeah, back to the Tower year and karmic debts having to be paid. Because like I said, things built on shaky and false foundations have to crash. New beginnings have to start from somewhere. Yeah. And like I said, Kobe, he's my first 2020 memory, his passing, and his daughter. It just didn't start out on a good note for me. Um, Black Lives Matter. I don't know what to say about that. I'm just gonna keep, like I said, chanting that because I do believe in that statement. So R. Kelly and his enterprise, they are definitely crumbling if they haven't already just completely crumbled. The last thing I wanted to bring up with regard to 2020 and the tower moment that it is Jaguar Wright. She's still out here exposing people. And she said some really interesting things. She had one called Burning Bridges. And I'm going to actually I'm going to pull up on the screen. I think I have it queued up, some of that video. I want to know what you guys have to think. And let me just try to share my screen. I don't know why I was doing that blinking. Let me find the actual place. Can you guys see the screen? Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. You cannot see it? Okay. Let's see. Oh, because I didn't switch the screen, that's why. It should come up. It doesn't look like it is. Okay, well, sharing. I don't know why it's not popping up. Okay, I'm just clicking around, y'all. Just give me a second. If it doesn't come up, I'll just play the audio. That's weird, though. They don't want me to be great, y'all. Okay, so what I'm attempting to show you is Jaguar right. So let me just forget about that. All right. I'm coming, y'all. Just gonna pull up this audio. I want you to hear this. Because she, I think, to me, is the just quintessential tower moment, knight in shining armor coming through to, just cut through the bullshit, honestly. So this is a very quiet live, very quiet. Hey, Rockin', welcome back. Okay, peace and love to you too. Thank you for stopping. Okay.
I'm tired.
Okay, so I'm gonna play a little audio. And this is Jaguar, right?
Still can't cross.
Wait, that's kind of loud, huh? It's on my speaker. Hold on.
I'm tired of betrayals of women. I'm tired of this fake ass Me Too shit. Y'all niggas ain't worried about nobody but the niggas that you couldn't make no inroads with. How the fuck did you miss hip hop, yo? How did the Me Too movement? And I'm asking you, Ava, since you supported the Me Too movement so tough, I'm asking you, Miss Ava, how did you miss hip hop? R. Kelly the only fucking pervert in hip hop? There's a reckoning. There's a wave coming. And the only people that will survive are the swimmers. If you need a boat, I hope you got a life jacket, one of them life safety jackets, because it's about to get wet. It's about to get wet. Y'all niggas are going to go to jail for the crimes you committed. And you're going to go to the penitentiary. And I'm going to see to it. Amir, you should talk to your doctor about getting a prescription for
Okay, I'm not gonna get into all the personals back and forth she gets into. I wanted to play that part. And there's another soundbite because she talks about in this video burning bridges, and I liked what she said, that somebody warned her, someone had told her that they were told not to burn bridges, and they told that person, I know how to swim, so I don't need your bridge. And that's what I'm talking about. You can't let people, stop you from telling your truth because you feel like you might lose a relationship or this or that. That relationship, can go by the wayside because that's not what's important when it comes to telling your truth. Those relationships aren't built on real foundations. If you can't tell your truth and have that relationship at the same time. Okay, here's another moment I wanted to play.
I'm coming. I'm the wave, niggas. I hope you can swim. See, the reason why none of these niggas thought I was ever going to come out with all of this was because I was just as dirty, if not dirtier than them. And they figured I would never want to admit how dirty I was. And so they would say, well, let me let you know something. I had a talk with Jesus. He told me he forgave me of all my sins. Jesus forgave me of all my sins. He washed my soul clean. So everything, all the dirty stuff I did with y'all niggas, now can be open record because I've already been pardoned. It's time to atone. Confess your sins. Go to jail. Just like I did for a crime I didn't commit. But see, the difference is when I stood before the judge said, all charges dismissed. I'm going to make sure y'all get the handcuffs. And then when you go to jail, I will come and I will visit you like y'all didn't do for me. I will write y'all letters once a month like you didn't do for me. I'll put money on your books so you can get some ramen, you know what I mean? Get you some summer sausage, you know? Buy the good soap and the good cocoa butter lotion. You know, I'll keep that skin tight. I'll do that for you, even though you didn't do it for me. Tell your wives, I'm not the one. Don't come for me unless I send for you. Because I think every last one of you don't know what I'll do to your wives. Them bitches.
Okay. She's so powerful when she speaks and you see her, the intensity in her eyes. I wouldn't want to be on the other side of that. So all I want to say about all of that is that if you are one who is a secret keeper, if you are one who is trying to keep someone from telling a truth because you are involved, if you are trying to get someone from leaking an audio because you're on it and being exposed for the rat that you motherfucking are, it don't matter. It's too late. It's too late, boo-boo. You done did that. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I want to thank you all who have spent your hour with me. I appreciate you greatly, especially my sissies, Priscilla and Miss Kim, holding me down tonight. I also want to shout out again, Hot Rod, because he shouts me out. I'm gonna shout him out. I enjoy his commentary. He's I think just more topics aside from the R. Kelly stuff, but he's a positive brother. I can hang with that. Hot Rod, The Truth. Check that sister out. She's dynamic, as well as Team Libra. And Javante Cunningham, I actually checked her out for the first time. Thank you, Kim, for sending me that link. I think it was her Instagram, though, but she has a YouTube channel too, right? Javante Cunningham. So, yeah, check these people out. Give them some support and some love. Let's give them some bells. Yeah, and for y'all. But yeah, if you haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe, like this video, because I'm heading up out of here. Till next time, y'all. Peace.